Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up is the Marvel Legends Venompool Build-A-Figure. This is Venom Wave 2, and first of all, I'm just going to point these out because the artwork on these packages are just freaking awesome. So I found these at my local Walmart tonight. We have Ghost Spider, which is actually just Spider-Gwen, but they did change her name in the comics too, I believe. I don't think it was just the TV show, but she comes with the body for Venompool. That looks awesome. Miles Morales, Venomized, looks really cool as well. Then we have Phage, another one of the symbiotes. Finally, we're kind of getting around to it slowly but surely. Still a couple of more to get. The Carnage looks ridiculous. This thing is really awesome looking. We really didn't need another damn Carnage, but holy shit, this thing is incredible looking. So I'm actually really pleased to have this, even though we have so many damn Carnage figures already. Morbius does look pretty cool. Not the highlight of the wave for me, but definitely a good looking figure. But of course, the highlight, the ultimate, this is the Marvel Legends Venom movie figure. Not the first Venom movie figure that we've gotten, but the first Legends one. And of course, I'm talking about that 3 3/4 inch one that came out with the Blu-ray release, which I haven't opened, so I can't do a comparison. I will bust that out so you could kind of see it side by side shortly. But Venom logo there, and we have all black packaging for the Venom movie figure, which is really nice, and we actually get that promo artwork of Venom from the movie on the side. That looks really cool. We have a product shot of Venom, and the bio reads, failed reporter Eddie Brock is hijacked by an alien entity that takes a liking to Earth and decides to protect it. So, interesting bio. I'm not sure that it exactly works out that way, because Venom, he wasn't all about protecting the Earth, more like Eddie Brock was, and since he bonded with Eddie Brock, blah, blah, blah. Decent movie. If you haven't seen it yet, I do recommend it, because it's just a fun movie. Definitely has its problems, but a fun movie overall. And it's 2 years old now, so you should have seen it by now, right? We should have the sequel coming out pretty soon. But anyway, enough of that. Let's open it up. Actually, before we actually open the package, so here I actually have my two versions. I have the bundle version of that Venom figure, as you can see there on the card. That is how the bundle one looked. And then I have the single release that was limited to 5,000 right here. And you can see the card is a little bit different, but the figure is the same. It was just kind of all black. And then we got the sculpted veins, but we didn't get the white paint on these 3 3/4 inch figures. So I am excited to actually get a Legends version. Okay, and here's the Venom figure out of the package. I'm just kidding. This is the crappy Topher Grace version from Spider-Man 3. Let's get him the hell out of here, and let's get in the Tom Hardy version from the 2018 Venom movie. And I'm trying to get him to balance and stand. And there he is. What an awesome figure. I am very excited about it. So let's zoom in close to look at the accessories that it comes with, which is only one extra set of interchangeable hands and an interchangeable head. And we'll take a closer look at the figure as he falls down. Let's get to it. Okay, so there's an up-close look at the movie Venom figure, and he just looks really good. And I see that one little spot in his eye, and that's just bothering me right now. Oh. But overall looks really, really good. I think the paint for his teeth is not the greatest, but the overall sculpt of the figure and the little bit of white paint that we do get really stands out and looks really nice. But it definitely is pretty spotty when it comes to the teeth and his gums. As you can see, a little bit too much pink of the gums and not enough of the off-white for the teeth. Then I have a little bit of extra paint on the black over there on next to the jaw. Not that big of a deal, but for the most part the white is applied pretty nicely. It looks like that's just kind of minor little thing in the eye, but overall that looks really good. Here on the white, it almost has like the print look to that white to really kind of give it that actual look and not just a normal kind of paint hit. But you could see on mine the black, it looks like it just kind of got scraped off a little bit in some areas, but overall does look really good. And that actually does continue on through the back like so, but not really anywhere else on the figure. But one thing that you notice, you really see a lot of that light shining on there because he just has this gloss to him that really gives it that kind of that symbiote goo texture. So that just looks really good. We get some white for on the forearms and the hands, as you can see there. That just all looks really, really, really good. And then he's got weird looking feet. Look at how the toes look. That's just weird to me, but man, the figure just looks really, 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 really nice. We have interchangeable hands. So out of the package, he has these open claw looking type hands, and then he has an interchangeable pair of fists, as you can see there, and we get those white veins on there as well. But the pegs are pretty small for such large hands, so we might want to be careful with that. And then we get one like relaxed, smiling faced interchangeable head, and that one looks really good. So we're gonna pop this one off. Woo. It's on the dumbbell joint, so no hinge on there, unfortunately. And then we're just gonna pop that on like so. And I always thought the Venom head had an odd shape to it in the movie, and this is definitely no exception. So this head really looks really weird that we get such a flat jaw like that. You know, looking straight on, it's really not an issue, but when you look at the side, it's like, what the hell is going on there? So that's just kind of weird, but straight on, I think it looks really good, but I do definitely prefer this head sculpt more than this one. But let's zoom out for his articulation. Okay, so this Venom figure definitely is a tall one. So looking at his articulation, looking down, that's really all I'm going to get with that head. Looking up, you get to look up so much that it pops the head right off. So not a whole lot. Let's pop this head back on to see what he could do. He can definitely look down a lot more with this one, which is good. But getting him to look up, it basically kind of is straight out and doesn't really get to look up. But you get some pivot going on in there, not a whole lot. Then, of course, you get the full rotation. Shoulders, you can get the arms to go up that high. You get a full rotation in there. Upper bicep swivel, you have a double jointed elbow, which gives you great bend, as you can see there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. We have the opposite diaphragm rocker and ab crunch. So the upper diaphragm rocker, you can tilt to the side that much, pivot to the other side that much. You can go back a little bit, you can go forward a little bit as well, but then when you do it in conjunction with that ab crunch, you can get him to bend down forward that much, which is great, and then going back, you can get him to go back that far, which is really good as well. And then of course no waist swivel because we have that diaphragm rocker, so he can do the twist at that upper diaphragm joint like so. Legs go out that far apart, he can kick forward that high, which is really high. That's great. Goes back not really a whole lot. You get an upper thigh cut there, double jointed knee, no calf swivel or boot swivel of any kind. Foot hinges down that much, foot hinges up that much. You have ankle pivot, no peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So I like the range of motion. Definitely liking the upper diaphragm joint with the ab crunch in there. Looks really nice. Okay, switching out the hands, I just want to kind of see how that's going to be, because yeah, both hands have really small pegs, so that just kind of worries me a little bit. Maybe I'm just stressing a little too much, but you definitely do want to be careful with those. And then as you can see, we got the fists going there, and those look good. Okay, and here's a movie Venom comparison. So we have the Spider-Man 3 and the 2018 Venom movie figure. I actually really like this figure. I think it's not quite an accurate representation from the movie because he was so tiny in the movie. But the figure itself was really good, especially at the time. Some of the articulation points, like the ankles are terrible, the hips are terrible, but I still think that was a pretty decent figure. But this figure right here is just awesome in comparison. There's just like, get rid of this shit, we don't want that. What an awesome figure. Let's see some more comparisons. Okay, so we have the deluxe Venom figure, the Hyperion body mold Venom. I believe this is the one from Absorbing Man, and we have the movie Venom figure. And I am really, really liking the size and proportions of this figure. I really don't like the Hyperion body mold, although that was still, you know, kind of my go-to Venom figure for that McFarlane look. This one I still really like, especially because it's a movie figure, and you guys all know that I'm a movie figure guy. But the points of articulation, the proportions, his legs do get a little bit smaller, but in the movie he definitely had a much bigger upper body build to him, so I'm really liking the way he looks. Now let's see how he looks to some Spider-Man. I guess I got to rethink the red background because this upgraded suit just really blends in with the background. But we have our MCU Far From Home Spider-Man next to the movie Venom and our new retro Spider-Man figure. So those measure up pretty well together. So they could use that as a comic Venom figure in the future. I could definitely see them doing it. It wouldn't surprise me if they do. But the big question is, will we see these two on screen together? I think we will eventually. Time will tell. We shall see. Is Venom verse going to be a part of the MCU or MCU adjacent or whatever it is? You know, we got the tease with Morbius, with Vulture being in there, or is it just Michael Keaton that's in there? Who knows what's going on, if it's through the multiverse or whatever it is. So definitely want to see these two on screen together. And last comparison, we have Venom next to the Marvel Legends Stan Lee, and he just towers over him. Okay, so my final thoughts on the figure. It is fantastic. Yes, it's super late. It's 2 years too late, but better late than never, I would say. And is it worth the wait? Yes, I think so. It is definitely the one that you should be picking up. Venom is packed 2 per case, so relatively easy to get him. Not saying it's going to be easy because lots of people are going to want to pick this up and probably going to pick up both. So like I did, I picked up both and the other one's going to my buddy. So everyone on Instagram that's hitting me up, sorry, it's going to my buddy. It's automatic. We have a group of friends that are all out here and everything, so we all help each other out. But definitely one that I think you guys should pick up. Hopefully you have it pre-ordered already. If not, I'll have a couple links in the video description below. But man, what a beautiful figure for a pretty good movie. I'm very pleased with it. You guys let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this figure. If you guys liked the video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.